and Sirius Satellite Radio in North America. And joining me now is the newest member of the DNTO stable, movie critic, and also pastor, Jonathan Gonyou in Edmonton.
Hi,
Hello, Jonathan.
How are you doing?
Hi, doing well. Nice to speak with you. Hey, Jonathan, today we're exploring people's fears, and we've heard many, many unusual things that instill fear in people. Things like steamed rice, penguins, balloons. So, Gonyou, I am wondering, what are you afraid of?
Well, not to get too deep on you here, but I'm a little afraid of a life lived with no meaning. I want my life to count for something. Pretty heavy, eh?
No, it's I relate to it. So, Jonathan, you know, we know you're a pop culture meister, but we also know you're a pastor, a man of the cloth. I mean, does working at the church help to combat any of that fear of having a meaningless existence?
Well, it actually ties into this movie, The Libertine, about a guy who really lives for self, lives for hedonism, for pleasuring of self. And, you know, I'm reminded every day that I'm to live for others. I'm to live for God.
So the idea of service.
Yeah, you got it.
Gives your life meaning.
I believe it does.
And so, okay, we're going to get to the movie about a person that is kind of wayward in life. The Libertine. What's this movie about?
Well, this is a period piece based on a real guy. His name was John Wilmot. He was the Earl of Rochester. And he was sort of the day's rock star, kind of Mick Jagger meets Caligula, a real bad dude, but was supposed to be kind of the day's hipster rock star. And he was a bad dude.
How was he a bad dude?
Well, the time is 1660, and Charles II has just come to be king, and the opening title of the film says that he ushers in a time where the arts and theater and sexual intercourse thrived. I don't know if that's supposed to be funny, but Johnny Depp then comes on the screen and he says, as he breaks the fourth wall, "You people are not gonna like me." And sure enough, we don't like him. I just wish he had told us that we weren't gonna like the movie, because we don't.
Oh no.
This movie kind of sucks all the marrow out of what should have been a really kind of intriguing story, a tale of a witty rapscallion with lots of debauchery. You'd think that would be very cinematic, but it's dreary. There's actually been really good period piece movies about nasty people. I think of Quills, about the Marquis de Sade. That was a good movie. Dangerous Liaisons, about some pretty nasty people. But this was like dirty Shakespeare. It was kind of this gobbledygook of dialogue with some F-bombs thrown in, and it just was not good. And this is Johnny Depp actually playing a guy who they refers to as Johnny Wilmot, the Earl of Rochester, talking to John Malkovich, Charles II.
What do you want from me? Writing, something profound that will stand as a monument to my reign. You're my literary giant. Elizabeth had her Shakespeare. You can be mine. Give me a major work of literature, and I'll give you 500 guineas. When would you like it? Friday?
Interesting. An excerpt from The Libertine, very mundane dialogue.
Yeah, and you know, even aesthetically, this is a real bore. It's shot and framed kind of like a Dogma 95 movie, where it just uses available light, and the color seems to be washed out of it, and it just adds to the whole potpourri of boredom in this movie.
Well, it sounds kind of unfocused. I mean, what's the conflict? There's this randy guy who's having sex everywhere, meaningless kind of existence.
Yeah.
Does he ever have any kind of redemption, or do they try to do that? What happens?
Well, this is the million-dollar question. Is there anything redemptive about this cinematic equivalent of syphilis? If the point of it is that a life lived for hedonism is no life at all, then, you know, point taken. I agree wholeheartedly. It's just that there's been about 1 million more movies who've made that point better.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So, I mean, but looking at the cast, you got a couple of terrific actors, John Malkovich and Johnny Depp. Are they unable to save this movie?
Look, I think everyone probably has a bit of a crush on Johnny Depp, myself included, dating back to 21 Jump Street, not in a Brokeback sort of way. Just, I think he's the Brando of our generation. I'm a huge fan of Johnny Depp, but I don't think feigning an English accent cuts it anymore, especially if the writing's not there.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you. Oh, hey, and here's the line that's sweeping the nation. Wasting my life in the theater. Gonyou out.
Nice tagline. Bye.
Bye, Sikin.
And that is Jonathan Gonyou's critique of the movie The Libertine. Danish psychobilly group Horror Pops released their second album a few months ago, and we've been looking for a good excuse to